Councilman Munger.
Present.
Councilman Tarantini.
Present.
Supervisor Keating.
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Absent.
Thank you. Councilwoman Martin.
Present.
Councilman Tarantini, pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this evening we have no other preliminary matters. We'll move on to regular business. Item number 2 for regular business. We have item number 1 is the correction and adoption of the minutes from the October 2nd, 2019 board meeting. Councilwoman Martin.
Yes, I had a few minutes to look over the minutes from last meeting, and I didn't see any errors, so I will make a motion to accept the minutes as posted.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger.
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini.
Yes.
Supervisor Keating.
Abstain as I was not present.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 2 under regular business, we have the consideration of all fund bills. Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Yes, I was able to take a moment and audit the bills, and I would like to make a motion that we pay the bills in the totaling amount of $91,046.01.
I'll second.
Who is seconding that? I'm sorry.
Did you second?
Thank you. Councilman Munger.
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini.
Yes.
Supervisor Keating.
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, we'll roll into the public hearings. It's 7:30. So the first public hearing is for the Federal Community Development Grant. And so the notice of the public hearing for the citizens of Town of Boston. The public hearing will be held on October 16th, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Prevailing Time at the Boston Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, Boston, New York, regarding the use of federal community development funds in the Town of Boston. The Town of Boston is eligible for a federal community development grant under Title I of the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 as amended. The purpose of the hearing is to provide an opportunity for citizens to express community development and housing needs and to discuss possible projects which would benefit low and moderate income persons in the Town of Boston. Citizens are urged to attend this meeting and make known their views and or written proposals on the Town of Boston's selection of potential projects to be submitted for possible funding by the Federal Community Development Program. The hearing will also present a review of prior community development projects and expenditures and discussions of eligible activities, which was dated October 2nd, 2019, and published on October 4th, 2019 by the order of the Town Board. I will open the floor for comment. Okay, with no comment, I will close the floor. Item number 2 under new business tonight, we have the public hearing for the 2019 local law number 4 to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Law, Section 3C. Okay, the public hearing shall be held by the Town of Boston, the Town Board of the Town of Boston, October 16th, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. at the Boston Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, Boston, New York, to hear any and all persons either for or against the 2019 local law intro number 4 entitled A Local Law to Override the Tax Levy Limit Established in General Municipal Law, Section 3C. This law is required in order for the town to adopt a budget for the fiscal year 2020 and requires a real property tax levy in excess of the tax levy limit as defined in General Municipal Law 3C. Copies of the proposed law, sponsored by Supervisor Keating, are filed in the town clerk's office Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., which was dated September 18th, 2019, published September 27th, 2019 by the town board. I will open the floor.
Hi, Kathy Selby. I just want to make it be known that I totally disagree with going over the tax cap. I think it's overtaxing. It's not necessary due to the extreme excessive fund balance that you currently have of approximately 100% of the general fund. And I just think that that is irresponsible, and I would hope that you would not go with tax cap. Okay? Thanks.
Okay, no further comments, I will close the floor. Item number 3 under new business tonight is the public hearing for the 2020 preliminary budget. All right, this is the last one for tonight. This notice is hereby given that the tentative budget for the town of Boston for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2020 has been completed and filed in the office of the town clerk, or is available for inspection by any interested person during regular business hours. Further notice is hereby given that the Boston Town Board will hold a public hearing and review its set tentative budget at the Boston Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Prevailing Time on October 16th, 2019. At such hearing, any person may be heard for or against the tentative budget as compiled or any items contained therein. Pursuant to Section 103 of the Town Law, the proposed salaries of the following elected town officials are supervisor, $39,000, town clerk, $47,741, councilman, 4 councilmen at $8,750, superintendent of highways at $68,278, 2 town justices at $19,103, and an exemption report is available. The notice was dated on October 2nd, 2019, published October 4th, 2019 by order of the town board. I will open the floor for any comments. Okay, with no comments, I will close the floor. All right, back to our regular business under correspondence tonight. Item number 3 for first piece of correspondence we have is the September 2019 income statement. The income statement is provided to all the board members. And now moving back into new business, we have Resolution 2019-63, which is the Erie County Community Development Block Grant. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Supervisor. Resolution number 2019-63 is, whereas following the public hearing on October 16th, which was held at Boston Town Hall, therefore be resolved that the Boston Town Board submits the following projects to be considered for funding the Erie County Community Development Block Grant Program during the 2021 grant cycle. The first priority is road transit service. So the Boston Town Board authorizes Jason Keating, Town Supervisor, to submit an executed contract with Erie County Community Development Block Grant Program for the cited project upon approval of the BCCDBG. I make a motion to accept this resolution.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 4 tonight under new business, we have item number 5, we have a request from the floor. We have a 3-minute time limit. Please come to the microphone, state your name, and we have 3 minutes. I'll open the floor once again. With no public comment, I will close the floor.
Hang on a second.
Sure. Sure, absolutely, sorry.
Just a 3-minute?
Yes.
3 minutes? So, well, I was gonna get up for the budget, but that went by pretty fast. But, in regards to this budget, the unassigned fund balance, that's the extra money the town has.
Mhm.
And that account in 18 was $1.8 million approximately.
Mhm.
That's about the size of that's the fund balance. That's about the size, that's about the size of the general fund's total expenditures. And you wanna raise taxes when you have enough money without raising any taxes to go over the budget. Now, I know this fund balance, you're supposed to have a little bit extra for spending, but this is excessive. And you raised taxes by 5% last year. And in my opinion, you should have been decreasing taxes. You have $200,000 average increase in this fund balance every year. You're probably gonna have $200,000 this year. And that 5% tax increase raised approximately $100,000. So you're raising taxes and you're actually increasing your fund balance. You could afford to give tax decreases in this town. I'm sorry, I'm not a very good speaker, but that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
I shouldn't educate him, I'm sorry.
Have every right to speak.
Never apologize for speaking your mind. You have no reason to be sorry. We appreciate your input.
Okay. Any other comment from the board? Okay, no comment, I'll close the floor. All right, moving on to item number 6, which is the amended application for use of town meeting facility for the Boston Historical Society. Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Yes, we tabled this at the last meeting with concerns that it was not the proper form for the function. They've actually amended the function to match the form. So this is for the Boston Historical Society for a meeting of their knitters and such to be held on November 16th, 2019 from 10 to 6 in the community room without the kitchen. I would like to make a motion that we accept this use of town meeting facility.
I'll second. I beat you again.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating.
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
I'm gonna sit closer to the mic, yes.
Motion carried.
You can get the next one.
Okay.
All right, item number 7 under new business, we have the application for use of facility for the Boston Croppers. Councilman Cardicchini.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. The Boston Croppers, Betty Kaiser is the organizer. They have an application for use of facility for their meetings. They are not serving alcohol. They are having a private party. They are not having a public special event. She submitted the dates to be January 11th, February 8th, March 14th, April 11th, May 9th, June 13th, September 19th, October 10th, November 14th, and December 12th, 2020. And are these dates available?
Yes, they are. There was just a few, one modification on there. The May 9th is the same day as the fishing derby, and those tables would be, first priority would be the CAC.
Okay. Their time is from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and it's for scrapbooking. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this use of facility.
I'll second that. I was gonna give it to Kelly, but she was being slow over there.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating.
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 8 tonight under new business, we have a application for use of facility for the community Halloween party. Councilman, actually this is for Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Yes, we have a application for use of facility for the community Halloween party submitted by Councilman Mike Cardicchini. The date is requested is 10/25/19 from 6 to 8 p.m. It is a public event. Setup will start at 4 o'clock, takedown at 9. They are requesting the town hall community room, bathroom facilities, and parking lot for the trunk or treat. They are not serving alcohol, they are not having a private party, but they are having a public special event. Check was received, and I would like to make a motion that we approve this application for use of facility.
I will second it.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Do I vote for this? What do I do?
Oh, you.
I can vote for this? Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes, with bells on.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 9 under new business tonight, we have resolution 2019-64, which is authorizing the settlement of real property tax law, Article 7, proceeding by Charlene McGuire. I'll take this resolution. Essentially, folks, what we have here is a resolution for Charlie McGuire has brought in action pursuant to Article 7 of the real property tax law for review of the tax assessment for the premises known as 7799 Old Lower East Hill Road in Boston, New York. And the action is captioned as McGuire versus the Board of Assessment Review for the Town of Boston. And whereas the Town of Boston assessors agrees to a proposed settlement of this action, and it is resolved that the Town of Boston Town Board hereby authorize the assessor and attorney for the town to execute all documents necessary to settle the above referenced litigation and approves the following with respect to the assessment of the property known as 7799 Old Lower East Hill Road, Boston, New York. The total amount is adjusted from $987,400 for the 2019 2020 assessment year to $908,500 for the 2019 to 2020, then also the 2020 to 2021, and also 2021 and 22 tax years. So I will make a motion for this resolution 2019-64 to be approved.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnegie,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 10 is resolution 2019-65, which is property cleanup charges. Councilman Munger.
Thank you again, Mr. Supervisor. I'll read this one because it's short. Whereas pursuant to New York State town law, property cleanup charges may be collected using methods for enforcement and collection of unpaid town taxes and assessment for special improvements, and whereas the property listed below was deemed a zombie property, thus leading to the town to incur property cleanup charges. Therefore, be it resolved that the town of Boston hereby requests that the Boston Assessor and Erie County Finance Department place the following property cleanup charges on the 2020 tax roll: the amount of $300 for the service address of 9487 West Hill Road. I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution 2019-65.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnegie,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 11 tonight under new business, we have resolution 2019-66, which is the approved removal of the brush pile. Councilwoman Martin.
Yes, thank you, Supervisor. The town of Boston is looking to remove the brush pile located on town property next to the trooper barracks. Whereas this purchase is over the $5,000 threshold requiring written quotes from at least 2 vendors. We had only just 1 vendor that responded with a total of $5,280, and since this needs to be taken care of, we are going to accept this quote, and I make a motion to accept this resolution to take care of that.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnegie,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 12 tonight under new business, we have scheduled a public hearing for a local law enacting regulations for solar energy systems. Councilman Carnegie.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. This is a notice of a public hearing. A public hearing shall be held by the Town Board of the Town of Boston on November 6, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. at the Boston Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, Boston, New York, to hear any and all persons either for or against 2019 local law intro number 5 entitled A Local Law Enacting Regulations for Solar Energy Systems. This local law establishes regulations for the construction, maintenance, and placement of solar energy systems and equipment in the town of Boston. Copies of the proposed law, sponsored by Councilwoman Lukacek, are on file in the town clerk's office Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Oh, you need a motion for that?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we schedule this public hearing.
I'll second that.
Sorry.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carnegie,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, that's it for new business. Old business, we do not have any tonight, so we'll move on to reports and presentations. Highway Superintendent.
Yes, got a few things tonight. Up on Sunset Drive, we have some drainage issues where there's no ditches out in front of the house and no culverts, and we're gonna have to get an easement from a property owner to cross between the two houses and go in the backyards and tie into a storm sewer out back. So we're gonna be working on that this week, trying to get the easement signed by the homeowner and hopefully get started on that project this fall. If not, we'll do it in the spring. Other than that, we're gonna be starting to pick up leaves pretty much next week. Anybody looking for leaves in town, fill out a release form, we'd be glad to bring them to you. Other than that, usually we take them up on West Tillman, but the guy up there doesn't want any more leaves, so I'd be willing again this year with board permission to take the leaves to my place. But I would like a couple loads of fill too, to make the area a little bigger where I'm dumping the leaves. But, so if the board wants to give me permission to dump the leaves on my property, it would save the taxpayers a lot of money rather than haul them out of town to someplace else.
I'll make a motion to approve the highway superintendent to remove.
I'll second that.
How many loads would you like, 2? What is it?
2
Loads
loads
of
of
fill, then whatever leaves, whoever else wants leaves can get them, but, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of leaves to get rid of.
Okay, so I'll make the motion for the highway superintendent to remove the leaves and the loads of fill as requested.
I'll second that.
I already have the second.
Oh.
That's okay.
Motion wasn't fully on the table.
Generally was.
Other than that, the only thing the men have been working on getting the plow trucks ready for the winter season coming up, and everything's going along real well in the highway department.
And I do
Yeah,
need
we
you
got
to.
to do roll call. Yes,
Okay.
please, thank you.
Okay. Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carter-Keenan,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes,
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you. Councilman Munger?
Nothing at this time, Mr. Supervisor.
All right, thank you very much. Councilman Carter-Keenan?
Thank you Supervisor Keating. As you heard, we have organized a community Halloween party, and there's going to be a trunk or treat. Sign up for the trunk or treat is in the clerk's office. Maybe we can put a sign-up sheet outside your office for people that are interested. There's going to be a costume contest, coloring contest, games and music. The event is going to be held Friday, October 25th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and it's free and open to all. So if you have kids, bring them out. And the other thing I'd like to mention is the Boston Fire Company is having an open house and also a trunk or treat on Saturday, October 26th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if your kids didn't get sugared up on the 25th, bring them down to the Boston Fire Company on the 26th. That's all I have tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Keeping dentists gainfully employed. Councilwoman Martin?
So excited about the Halloween trunk or treat, let me just say that. Secondly, I was informed by the supervisor that the squad successfully was awarded the FEMA grant to replace the cardiac monitors and defibrillators, so we are looking forward to accepting that money so that we don't have to come up with it ourselves. But that's really all I have to report.
Okay, thank you very much. Town clerk?
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. The town clerk's September 2019 monthly report has been submitted to the supervisor's office. Just a reminder that the Visiting Nurses Association will be here on Friday from 10 to 2 p.m. if anyone is interested in getting their flu shot. The gala fundraiser for the Boston Library is also on Friday evening from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The admission for that is $8 per person or $15 for a family. And the Connect Life, which was formerly Units blood drive, that Connect Life blood drive will be in the community room on October 29th. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And for my report, I just want to report that there will be a work session regarding the 2020 budget next Monday, October 21st at 7 p.m. It'll be like be downstairs in the town hall planning board room. So the town board and I will be discussing some of the changes to the budget. Just last Friday, if anybody hasn't heard, actually a letter went out to all municipalities that from the New York State Comptroller's Office indicating that AIM funding that I've been talking about. You probably heard me talk about this for about a year. That does not look like we will be receiving payment. We'll see. There's no legal obligation for the county to make that payment to the municipality to be at sales tax. But if the town does not receive that payment this year, that would be a shortfall of roughly $50,000. So that would not affect only this year. The state's fiscal year runs different than a municipal fiscal year does, and that would also roll over into the 2020 year. So we'd be kind of getting a double, if you will, municipalities are receiving a double whammy on that. And right now, the direction from not only the Office of the State Comptroller, but also through the Association of Towns, is that any municipality does not anticipate any AIM funding for municipalities in the 2020 budget. So that will be something that the board and I will be discussing next week. I've had a couple of webinars today, phone calls today. We have a meeting next Thursday with the Association of Erie County Governments to discuss the impacts and how it's going to affect communities, and then also what our strategy, as a whole, what our strategy is going to be going into 2020, and that will be with the County Executive Deputy Maria White. So as more information comes out, I'll be sure to pass that information along, but that is definitely something that will be affecting this year's budget and likely next year's. So with that, I don't have anything else. I will make a motion to close the meeting.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.